Thank you very much. I am deeply honored and flattered to be chosen to be the recipient of this prestigious Athena Award. Thank you very much for the opportunity to represent the wonderful women in this community and across our state. I'd like to thank Blaine Beatty and the Salt Lake Chamber of Commerce and Wells Fargo for this beautiful award. It will stand in a place of honor and remind me daily of all the wonderful women in our community. I'd like to thank everyone who had a part in the selection process and for your confidence in me to represent all of the rest of the women here. They asked me to take 15 minutes or so and talk about, I assume, my life. That's the thing I know best, so that's what I'm going to talk about. I'd just like to tell you a little story about how I came to be a businesswoman. It was something that I never planned on. 33 years ago, on May 1st of this year, the Larry H. Miller Company opened its doors for business in Murray, Utah. Larry had just turned 35 years old, and we'd been married for 14 years. 8.5 of those years we spent in Colorado working for another dealer, far away from our families. We had 5 children, ages 12, 10, 7, 6, and 1.5 when we started our business. But our story really starts with 2 young people in junior high school who met when they were 12 years old. They started dating when they were 14, and they married when they were 21. We were both very independent and strong-willed, but we were a good team, and we complemented each other. We had strengths of different kinds. His complemented mine, and mine complemented him. His complemented my weaknesses, and mine complemented his weaknesses. And like many hopeful young couples, we really felt ready to conquer the world and eager to give it our best effort. So after we were married, and Larry tried 6 or 7 jobs in Salt Lake and finding nothing that he really could sink his teeth into, and in the first 5 years of our marriage, we decided to move to Colorado. So we sold our home, packed up our belongings, put our 2 children in the car, and moved to Colorado, not knowing exactly what the future held for us. We did know he was going to play softball. We actually encountered a lot of disappointments there. There was a period of adjustment because we were so far away from our families and our friends. But we had a lot of personal growth for the very same reasons. Larry was able to get a wonderful job working for Chuck Stevenson, who owned a Toyota dealership there, and he became the parts manager. Our family expanded from 2 to 5 children, but during the 8.5 years we were there, we were reactivated into our church. And after struggling through that first year in Colorado and all of the adjustments we had to make, we decided we had found our way and we were set for life. And then one day, after Larry had advanced up the ladder from parts manager to general manager to operations manager over 5 stores, Mr. Stevenson came to him and asked him to mentor some of his sons so they could learn the car business. It was at that point that we could see that the future for him would be very difficult and different than he had planned on. He did agree to mentor Chuck's sons, but he also knew that he had to find another way to support his family. It was at that time that he was able to make a deal with Hugh Gardner and buy a dealership in Salt Lake City, or in Murray, and we moved our family back to Salt Lake in August of 1979. When Larry set up the business, he set it up as a partnership between the 2 of us, with both of us owning 100%. He kept me in the loop on everything. I learned a lot, and I learned about all the different aspects of our business by listening to him talk about what was going on each day. He used me for a sounding board, and he valued my opinion. He downloaded business experiences to me daily, and together we would go out and look at property for expansion, dealerships to buy, and other adventures to pursue in the business world. When we bought the Utah Jazz, we discussed it until we came to the conclusion together that it was the right thing to do. Through the years, we were truly partners in everything we did. It wasn't until much later that I realized that I had received a pretty good education with regard to how business works. It wasn't intentional, it just happened because of where I was and what I was learning through him. And I gained a lot of institutional knowledge over the years. And all of that and more is what prepared me to become a businesswoman. Only I never actually experienced or expected to be one. I really liked being a wife and a mother and having a supporting role in everything that Larry did. He was really good at being the face of our company, and I was really good at being in the background where I felt comfortable. But about a year and a half before he died, or before he had a heart attack, he called our family together and he handed each of us notebooks. And he told us that he wanted us to take notes. He had some things we needed to learn. We met together every week for a year and a half so he could formally transfer knowledge to our children about what they would need to know when the time came, so the transition from him to the boys would be as seamless as possible after he was gone. And then Larry's health failed, and after several painful months, he passed away. Before he passed away, he named Greg the CEO of the company. But because I'm the owner, I became responsible for that $3.5 billion company. It was an awesome responsibility. I am a businesswoman today, not because I chose to be one, but because I chose to continue the legacy that Larry and I started 33 years ago. I made a conscious decision that I would bridge the gap from Larry to those who came after him until they were on firm ground. My institutional knowledge came in handy. I've been involved from the beginning, and even though our sons have been very good students as they were taught by Larry and have taken over the day-to-day operations of our company, I am still the foundation it was built on, along with Larry. As long as I'm able and have anything to say about the Larry H. Miller Company, I will continue to promote the values that we were built on, and I will continue our commitment to make the communities where we do business better places to live and to work and to play. And along the way, I found that business is really fun. It's exhilarating and fun at the same time. It's also challenging, but many important life lessons are learned through business. And I'd like to recap just a few of those that I think are the most important, at least to me. Number one, it's okay to rely on a higher power. It's not just okay, I think it's necessary in today's world. Number two, don't ever forget your roots. They are your values. It's okay to have a big business, but it's not okay to act like you're better than everyone else. Number three, treat your employees and your customers with respect, always. You are no better than anyone else. Number four, give back. Or to say it another way, pay it forward. No one makes it alone in this life. Number five, be a student. Learn something new every day. The world is full of wonderful adventures, and each one will add richness to your life. You can learn something from every interaction you have if you try. Number 6, teach everything good that you know to anyone who wants to listen. We must be teachers to perpetuate the knowledge we gain and to help others to be successful. We're in this together, and we need each other. Success begets success. 7, by learning and teaching and applying correct principles, we become leaders. People are looking for good leaders. We need to cultivate good leadership through our values. Number 8, there are opportunities all around us to advance, to grow, and to share our strengths. Never, ever shun that opportunity. And number 9, share what you have with others, whether it's your knowledge, your expertise, your service, or your assets. We must share with each other to be complete. Number 10, I believe our people are our most valuable assets. I have learned everything I know from watching and listening and being aware of what's going on around me. I don't have a formal education. I have a worldly education. And I have learned a lot. And I've learned a lot from all of you. And I'm very proud to be a woman in business. And I appreciate all of you women who are in business. You are smart, you're loyal, you're role models, and you create good wherever you go. And together, we are laying the foundation for the paths that our daughters will be able to take, whether it's in the business world, in the home, in schools or government, or any other walk of life that they choose. Our daughters need to understand that there is room for them in this big, beautiful world, and that we will help show them the way. If I could leave you with one piece of advice, it would be to remember the quality of your life will be in direct proportion to the quality of the decisions you make. In closing, I would like to especially acknowledge the women in my life. There have been many Athena-type women who have enriched me, taught me, mentored me, and encouraged me, from school teachers to church leaders to women in business to college presidents, and I thank you for that. I am especially blessed with the women in my personal life. I was blessed to have a wonderfully grounded mother who was practical and taught me correct principles and let me govern myself. I have a kind and compassionate daughter who helps me to grow every day. And I have beautiful, specially chosen daughters-in-law who complete my family and who I love as my own. I have exceptionally beautiful granddaughters. And now I have some beautiful, welcoming new daughters from my marriage to Kim that have accepted me as their mother. May you always make good decisions and experience the joy of success wherever you look for it. May we all work together to inspire women everywhere to achieve their full potential and create balance in leadership here and around the world. Thank you again for this wonderful honor. I will always treasure it.